We're back, and it's been a great bunch of bull riding. Last time I checked, it was 13-1 for the bulls. That makes me happy. Anyway, I'm being joined right now by the local MP, Blake, and tell me why you are here at this event. Why does this mean so much to you?
Sure. Well, first of all, I'll say we did get a second cowboy there, so we're 13-2, I think it is. Yeah, but uh, when
That's right,
you're
it
when
was a
you're when you're on the cowboy
7-5.
side, we shouldn't say who's counting because two is we're going it's the best we're going to get, I guess. But no, as far as this event, obviously Airdrie Oilmen's Association, something that they started obviously in better conditions in terms of the oil patch, and obviously the oil patch we're seeing struggles right now, and I know some of that is certainly government created, and I've been fighting hard on behalf of the oil and gas industry. But what I'm so proud to see is these guys, I know some of them are probably facing hard times themselves, but they know that their fellow citizens are facing difficult times, and to support three charities through an event like this one, and I know they put on a number of events during the year, and the Victim Services Association, the Food Bank, and Community Links, they're all very significant and important groups in our community of Airdrie, and they do a lot of work to try and help people that are in difficult situations. Some of them, especially the victim services folks that are dealing with people that have faced tragedy or victims of crime. This can be some of your darkest hours, your toughest times in life, and these are the people that come in and pick up the pieces. And to support that, I do anything, and these guys are doing a great job of doing just that.
I've been supporting Adrian for a while now, and I'm amazed at how hard that man works and the passion of all of the Airdrie Oilmen's Association members. You can tell they love their community and they really want it to thrive and to flourish, and they want everyone to share in the wealth.
Absolutely. I can't say enough. Adrian, certainly, and others that are putting in countless hours. I actually kind of wonder when Adrian might sleep, because with the amount of work that goes into an event like this, and I mean I've put on events like this, I know how much work goes into it, and they're doing a number of these throughout the year, and this is one of a number, and it's a great event, but it takes a lot of work, and I commend them. It means a lot that someone's willing to give that much of their time to really support an important cause in their community.
I had spoken with Adrian earlier, and he expressed that they're doing 5 events a year and that this has almost become his second full-time job, because to him, watching children, watching people hurting and going without just isn't acceptable in an abundant society.
Absolutely, and you're right. That number of events, it would be a full-time job, a second full-time job, and for him and others like him that step forward and say this is not what we're going to let happen. We're going to make sure that people get the help they need. That just means the world, and I can't thank them enough, and I know everyone in the community can't thank them enough. And again, that's why it's for me to support what they're doing. It's easy for me to say great job, guys, but I want to be here to show that support, and really honestly, without people like them stepping forward, without the Oilmen's Association, other groups like them stepping forward to make sure that people have the opportunities they need to get the help they need, I don't know where we'd be.
Yeah, our community is filled with heroes, and Adrienne Pruden would be one of those unsung heroes. Would you agree with that?
Oh, without question. And I think, talk about them being camera shy, right? That's usually how it works, right? And I guess I say this as a politician who always is in front of the camera, but, the people that are there and working the hardest behind the scenes, they're often the ones they're not looking for recognition. And that's not what this is about. It's not about recognition, right? It's about helping the community. And I think when you can say that about somebody, when they truly have that heart for the community, they're doing it. They're not doing it for any kind of glory. They're not doing it for any kind of recognition at all. They're doing it because they really believe in a cause and they really want to help their community. That says everything about somebody.
It's Terra Oil Field that's one of the sponsors that really stepped up big this year, and the owner of that company is a man named Martin. And Adrian wanted me to interview Martin as his way of showing Martin thanks for stepping up to help out to make sure this event could go ahead. and another unsung hero, the sponsors of these events, because so many of them, they don't really want the recognition. They almost get embarrassed. And how humble, how real can you get?
Isn't that the truth, right? I mean, to not, be seeking that recognition. I mean, I know over the years that this event's been held, I think that Martin with his company, Terra Oilfield, they have, I think it's probably in the six figures or close to it that they've given to these causes that are being supported by this event. That's significant. And when you think about now the difficult time that the oil and gas industry is having, and for a company in that sector to step forward at this rate to still make sure that something like this is supported to the level it needs to be, that's really means something. And you can't say enough about someone like that. That's a true corporate citizen, someone who really believes in trying to help the community. It's when you run a business like that, there's a lot that goes into it, and you do well. But when you give back to the community, that means more, I know, to them than anything else they can do.
Well, and I agree. I think paying it forward into the community that you make your living from is important. It's hugely important. You have to keep filling it up and giving back, because if you don't and everybody just keeps taking, pretty soon everything's depleted. And volunteers burn out. People get tired of reaching in their pockets if they aren't thanked. And Adrian and his crew, his MC out of Saskatoon, I forget the gentleman's name, but I have never heard sponsors promoted and thanked and pumped so much, so well. And it's wonderful to see that level of appreciation all the way through this team, and to see a community like Airdrie and what you guys are capable of doing when you put your minds together.
Absolutely. I think, that you mentioned the importance of saying thank you. And it's something we often forget. We often forget that. All of us can be bad for that at times. And it means so much to say thank you for when, a sponsor comes forward and gives, in the tens of thousands of dollars, when a volunteer gives of dozens or hundreds of their hours of their time to support an important cause. That's the only way that a community really thrives, and that a community is really meets its full potential and helps all of the citizens that need it. And so we can't say thank you enough. And it is great to see that there's so much recognition being shown to the sponsors and all those who are stepping forward to make that happen. And I just only can add to that my big thank you as well.
Well, that's been some time with MP Blake Richards, and it has been wonderful to speak with you, sir. Next time on Ride Like a Local, we'll be at the Veterans MC and the Corporal Michael Starker Poker Run.